Hospitality is no longer about accommodation. It's about creating experiences, building hotel connections, and delivering world-class service for accommodation. Today, I have the honor of having Mr. Dushyantha, the General Manager of Cinnamon Lakeside, one of Sri Lanka's most iconic hospitality destinations in Colombo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good afternoon.
So firstly, tell me, luxury hospitality, if you had to define it in comparison to today and 20 years both, what should it?
I think, luxury defined by few different things. If it is 20 years back, I think hospitality, like when a guest get into a hotel, expected to have, open the door of his or her car, escort to the room, a large room, large balcony, marble floors, things like that. But I think nowadays, the hospitality is not that. It's all about creating a memorable moment, create that atmosphere, where the remarkable moments are remembered. So I think it's a feeling, it's a curated instance for every single person. It's not about the rooms, it's not about it's there, the luxury is defined by that. However, so that's what I think a person comes to your place expecting. So I think that the moment you can create that atmosphere for him or her, so I think that is what is luxury is all about now.
Yeah, I think more than the property, it's about the feeling and the experience that they get
Ab-
on that site.
Absolutely, that's the experience that they're expecting. So that's the luxury to me.
What does Cinnamon Lakeside offer to the international traveler to have that experience and feel?
Cinnamon Lakeside is the only resort in the city. So we are located in a place, it's a beautiful property, front of the lake, and then we have a beautiful swimming pool, overlooking. So it's a relaxing space. So where I feel and believe is that the people. So the hotel, the hospitality, whatever defined by it, the hotels are buildings at the end of the day to me. Who make this building is beautiful is our people. So I think I have a team of people who curate that emotional experience for guests who come to that hotel. So I think that is you know,
That was my next question. So, give a world class service. How do you train your staff, especially when it comes to, like you said, from the time you open the door or open the car door or maybe enter the gate, from that moment till the exit, what is the process like when you go to see the hospitality that you can offer?
basically this is everyday business for us. Trainings on the go. Trainings. When a guest come to you, so it's a daily basis practice for us. However, we have a strong programs. We have got a training department. We have a guest feedback surveys, and where we collect feedback from the guests, where we know how to define good and bad. So we take instance, and then we look into how we can improve on things. So it's a daily practice for us, and then we have a team. We have trained our team to do so. So we are basically practicing it every day. So
How important do you think is the culinary experience in comparison to all these other experiences that they get? Food. I'm sure you always have, I'm positive that you have the best restaurants, some best restaurants. So, how does that experience go?
I think it's very important for a person, as I said earlier. Now, the experience, the moment that you remember. You will never go to a restaurant if you had a bad experience. Talking about not only this, absolutely. So you need to remember that what you had, what you consumed, it was, well worth for money what you spent. It's not only the taste, but it's the entire experience what you had is, up to your standard or up to your liking. So I think it's very important to have great ingredients, right ingredients that you use for your food, have a right recipes, right people. Much more than that, I think the consistency of it to maintain consistency. You cannot have a dish when you come today, have a different taste to tomorrow, another taste. I think that consistency matters. So what we are training our staff is on to maintain that consistency, so I think that's something, it is very important for me.
Also, skilled staff to keep them. Lot of them come as interns or get experiences and then they leave. Maybe it's my case because of the situation of country or locally. How do you retain that staff? How do you train this? I'm sure there's many people who are there for 10, 12, 15, 20 years.
Correct. See, at the end of the day, we also carry a social responsibility. We are island nation first of all, so we need that international exposure. For me, as a general manager, I was 22 years abroad. When I come back home, so I carried that experience where I was. I think it's very important people to get out. However, the training what we offer or the first-hand experience what we have for our people is very important for them to improve on their knowledge, their skills. So obviously, it's a tough course for us. We had a period, right after COVID, we had a period where almost everyone was leaving the country. To remain and retain them, obviously we have to pay them up to the market, conditions. We're paying them. We have a different training program for them. So we are enrolling them then, as well as, what incentives, bonuses, it's a different, program altogether for, people who shows like, encouragement and they wanted to grow with us, so, we have a lot of programs actually ongoing for us to keep them, talented and remain with us. So we value them, we respect them, we want them to grow, within the company. We have a lot of different programs, that we part for them. So I think there, we have got something which is good in hand. So
not like being an individual hotel. When you're in a chain of hotels, there is competition within the family. How do you make Cinnamon Lakeside special or more unique than the other Cinnamon hotels?
At the end of the day, we Cinnamon Hotel, we work like one. So that's the first thing. So we call one.
No competition.
We don't have any competition between us. Rather, we have got great help going on between us. So I think that is very important for us because I think, rather we have a competition, if I don't have this talent, I can get it from the other. So likewise, we work together to retain and remain and then to enhance our product and quality, being together. So we are one Colombo cinnamon, I think this is what we are working on.
How do you take sustainability into account? Because a lot of tourists, especially when they come to Sri Lanka, now they look at sustainability. Because most of the people are eco-friendly and they want to, they love the environment. They look for a greener environment.
Yeah.
How would you take that into consideration?
We are very keen and we have a lot of practices going on. And as a hotel, we have a lots of key performance indication that we have to fulfill in terms of sustainability. So one thing I would say is like reducing plastic very simply. So we have a sort of measurements that we need to take, and like we cannot produce plastic bottles. So we are getting out of plastic, shampoo and all these amenities in the rooms. So there is a lot is going on, and plus, like food waste, to water, to energy. So we really, into this, and we have absolutely. So we also, going through a lot of different programs to train and then, storm our team, and then to educate them, on a daily basis how and what they need to do. And
Get the staff and the tourists.
And the tourists as well, we encourage while we are training and educating our staff. Obviously, we also do encourage guests to participate with us to help and support us.
Do you think Sri Lanka has the potential to be the leading hospitality destination in the region or maybe in the world?
I think, as I said earlier, for me, our man, like human, so the people element. I was abroad 22 years. I think I was one of the, icon where I was, because I was a Sri Lankan. We have a genuine smile. Our people has that courage, whenever, don't, we are very empathetic. However, when we work, we are very hardworking, right? So for that, I think the people, so we can go far. I think whatever do you in hospitality is all about people. The first, the second, the third, everything. So it is about people, So one thing, our people have a genuine smile. We are very hospitable. So I think, we are equally competing with any other international hotel because I work with large hotel across the borders, across the world. But I think when we, compare what we are and what they are, I think we offer very similar. Only thing is absolutely. And then we can go about because the thing is, as I said earlier, we are in an island nation. We have a beautiful beaches. We have got we have everything. We have a greeneries, like in Middle East, if you go, for example, you are in the middle of a desert. But where you come to Cinnamon Lake, Cinnamon Grand, any other hotel in Colombo, you will always see that greenery. You like it, right? So it's something which I always say, we can compete with any other international hotel brand for sure.